Ozempic, diabetes drugs, and why these lawsuits are exploding now. I'm Rusty Messer, personal injury attorney here in Baton Rouge with Big River Trial Attorneys. So today we're talking about a huge legal storm brewing around Ozempic and similar diabetes and weight loss drugs. So these lawsuits are popping up everywhere. And if you've seen the headlines, you're probably wondering why now and what's going on. So we're going to cover what these drugs are, why people are suing, and what it takes to win a case like this. We're also going to talk about how the timing of the lawsuits plays a big role. So let's get into it. So Ozempic is a prescription medication originally developed to treat type 2 diabetes. Its generic name is semaglutide. It helps control blood sugar, and as a side effect, many people taking it started losing weight. But the side effect wasn't small. It was huge. So it sparked a massive demand. And before long, it was being prescribed not just for diabetes, but as a weight loss medication. And while this was often white label through its sister drug, Wegovy, it became very, very popular. So you had social media influencers, celebrities, and even regular people up on TikTok talking about how they lost 20, 30, 50 pounds. So as you might imagine, sales skyrocketed. Doctors started prescribing it more. Manufacturers started selling it more, and they made billions. But here's the thing. Anytime a drug suddenly explodes in popularity, it's also going to get more scrutiny. So more people using it means more potential for people to have serious side effects from it. That's when the lawsuits started popping up. So what are the core legal arguments here? So one is that manufacturers did not adequately warn doctors or patients about the risk of these long-term and debilitating conditions. So remember, in a product liability claim, under product liability law, especially for dangerous drugs, it's not enough that a side effect can happen. The issue is whether the company gave proper warnings, whether they knew or should have known about the risk sooner, and whether they marketed the drugs in a way such as to minimize those dangers. Why are we seeing a flood of lawsuits right now instead of a slow trickle over time? Well, there's a few reasons for this. One is the volume of use. Ozempic use has skyrocketed in the last 2 to 3 years. So you have more people using it. That equals more people experiencing the side effects of it. Another reason is the medical recognition. Doctors and researchers have started publicly connecting the dots between these drugs and certain severe GI problems. Once that connection becomes medically recognized, lawsuits tend to follow. And one of the issues is, did the drug companies know about those dots but sell the drugs anyway before people started finding out? Another reason is mass tort momentum. So the first lawsuits create publicity. People hear about them through the news or maybe an attorney. Then people start to think, well, wait a minute, I'm having those symptoms. Maybe I have a claim too. And another reason these lawsuits are becoming so popular now is because of what's called a statute of limitations. In just about every state, there's a limited time to bring a claim. So attorneys are rushing in to get these cases filed before deadlines expire. Here's something important to know about the cases. They're likely going to be consolidated into what is called a mass tort. So we've seen this with other dangerous drug companies or other regular products like the Johnson & Johnson suits. In a mass tort claim, you may get one judge who is assigned to handle all of these cases where thousands of cases get combined together. If you think you might have a case, here's what lawyers look for in Ozempic-related lawsuits. So the first thing you're going to have to show is proof of use. So this is going to come down to prescription records showing that you were prescribed Ozempic or some other medication like that, and probably pharmacy records showing that you actually went and filled those prescriptions and took the medicine. Then there has to be a medical diagnosis. This is a clear medical record linking you to conditions like gastroparesis, intestinal blockage, gallbladder issues, or something like that. Then you have to show the timeline. You have to show that your injuries developed after you started taking the medication, that they didn't exist before. And then the other thing you're going to need is causation evidence. So this is where expert testimony comes in and connects your injury to the drug and not some other unrelated medical issue. So in these cases, drug companies have massive legal teams. They'll argue the condition could have happened for other reasons, that it was pre-existing, that they did give adequate warning. That's why having an experienced attorney in dangerous drug litigation is critical. And this is not going to be some fender bender billboard lawyer. This is not going to be your neighbor's nephew who just graduated law school. This is going to be somebody who knows how to handle these types of cases. Look, Ozempic has helped many people. But if a drug causes serious life-changing injuries, patients have the right to know, and they have the right to seek justice. So if you or someone you loved developed severe gastrointestinal problems after taking Ozempic or similar drugs, talk to an attorney who handles dangerous drug cases. These claims are time sensitive. The earlier you act, the stronger your case can be. Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Ask Rusty podcast. I'm Rusty Messer with Big River Trial Attorneys in Baton Rouge. Stay informed, stay safe, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.